Hi guys, I'm Tanya and welcome to my YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite actors from Hollywood. Almost the entire world knows him because of Titanic, but today I'm going to be talking about 5 Leonardo DiCaprio movies that I love, but movies which he did before Titanic. So not a lot of people, obviously people who are into films know about this, but not a lot of people know that Leonardo was actually a great actor since he was a child. He has been working in the business since I think he was probably like a teenager, and I think he was a better actor before Titanic. He is incredible, but I like his performances since he started acting. And so these are 5 of my favorite films of Leonardo DiCaprio before Titanic. So the first movie that I want to talk about is What's Eating Gilbert, Grape. I think a lot of people must have seen this movie because this is still one of the popular movies of Leonardo DiCaprio. This movie blew my mind. Leonardo was probably a teenager when he did this film, and he has acted so well. Like, I could relate to every scene and dialogue he has said and performed in this film. In this film, he has an intellectual disability, and he has played this disability so convincingly. The other actor in this film is Johnny Depp, and for me, I think Leonardo outperformed Johnny Depp. I am not saying that Johnny Depp performed bad. He is an incredible actor as well, but considering that he had intellectual disability, plus this movie is super intense. It's a family drama with a lot of emotions, and if you watch this film, you are definitely going to relate to what Leonardo and Johnny Depp are going through, because they have played it convincingly. So apart from Leonardo being good in this film, I think this film is great. I highly recommend it, and if you're a Leonardo fan or you want to watch a good film, you should definitely watch What's Eating Gilbert, Grape. The second movie that I want to talk about is Basketball Diaries. It is again a teen movie in which Leonardo was a teenager, and it is about a lost teenage boy who gets into addiction of drugs, prostitution, bad company, gangs. I remember seeing this movie a long time back, and I think this was the first Leonardo DiCaprio movie I saw before Titanic, and that's when I realized that wait, Leonardo DiCaprio has been doing films since a while, and I want to watch his other work, and that's how I watched other work of Leonardo. I think Basketball Diaries is one of his best performances. It is intense. It is sad. It is angry. You hate the child, but you also have a little bit of sympathy for it. And I think every teenager or every person can relate to a character like that, because either you have been in that situation, if not so intensely into it, but definitely in some way, or you know someone who's been in that situation, so you can literally relate to the character that he's playing and why he's doing such things. This is not a happy, simple family movie that you can watch, but it is a movie that you need time. Like, when I watched this movie, I was very hit. It mentally disturbed me for a while, and I did not have the guts to watch it again. But because I wanted to watch it to understand better and to kind of like just know the movie better so that it stays with me for a much longer time, I watched it. Apart from that, I think the cast has again performed well. Leonardo has done so well again. Being a drug addict, getting into prostitution and getting into the wrong kind of people and performing it so convincingly is amazing. Like, we saw another Leonardo drug addict in Wolf of the Wall Street, where he again played so well. But I think he has been doing this since he was a kid, and I think this is one of his best performances for me. So Basketball Diaries is highly recommended. The third movie that I want to talk about is called This Boy's Life. Now, This Boy's Life, the movie, has an incredible cast. There's Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio. I find it very fascinating to see that Leonardo DiCaprio has been performing with such great actors since he started acting, and is performing as well as these actors. I mean, I don't feel that Leonardo is a child in front of them, because when you see them, you feel that, okay, Leonardo is like a well-trained actor. Now, this movie is again a family drama. It is intense. It is not a happy-go-lucky film. I don't know why Leonardo has been a part of so many movies which are so intense. Maybe because he's such a good actor and he can literally carry out whatever character is given to him very, very convincingly. So This Boy's Life is another movie that I highly recommend. Robert De Niro and Leonardo together have created magic on screen, and it is a movie that you will again relate to because it has a social message. It will stay with you. You will think about it, and you will feel like revisiting this movie. Maybe not very soon, after a few months or a couple of years, but this is a movie that you will definitely think about after watching it. And also with Leonardo movies before Titanic, because in Titanic he was such a romantic boy that set standards for girls having someone in romance. I think when it comes to movies before Titanic, it's just incredible to see how he can carry off any characters so easily, especially the intense ones. It's like he's just doing it effortlessly, and that's why I love him. And yeah, so This Boy's Life is another movie that I highly recommend and is available on Amazon, and you should definitely watch it. The fourth movie that I want to talk about is called Marvins Room. You will be surprised to know who is in this film. Again, that is Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio. I think they have been pairing since a while in creating magic on screen. Now, this is an indie film, but is so well made. I mean, Marvin's Life, This Boy's Life, Basketball Diaries, and What's Eating Gilbert, Grape are four of my most favorite films that he has done before Titanic. I think he is better in these films than after Titanic or in Titanic. So this movie is another intense movie. The ending, well, everything about this movie is great. The ending is a little controversial. I do have some doubts about it, and I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the end of the Marvin's Room in the comments below. But apart from that, because this video is about Leonardo, I want to talk about how he and Robert De Niro create magic on screen. I feel Leonardo is so talented that he has gotten a chance to work with actors like Leonardo and Johnny Depp even before he became like world famous, which is after Titanic. It's only because the directors and the makers of the film knew that he could perform well in front of these legends. So I highly recommend Marvin's Room as well. The movie is a little controversial, but his performance is straight amazing. So yeah, Marvin's Room, highly recommended. The fifth and the last movie that I want to talk from the Leonardo series is Romeo and Juliet. This is based on the famous play written by Shakespeare. Now, this movie is my least favorite from the lot. Honestly, I am a fan of Shakespeare. I have read Romeo and Juliet, and I have seen not most, but a lot of Romeo and Juliet adaptations. Leonardo was also in one of them. This movie it's good, but it's not very well made. I think it could be better. Leonardo is good. Being romantic is, I think, what he does very nicely, and I really like him in the film. The movie is okay, but if you're a fan of Leonardo and you want to watch him rather than judging the film, then you should definitely watch it. If you want to watch an adaptation of Romeo and Juliet just because you're a fan of Shakespeare, or you want to watch it because you're inquisitive, then yes, you should watch it. But even if you don't watch the movie, it's not like you're missing out on something great. But Leonardo is definitely amazing. So these are 5 of my movies that I highly recommend of Leonardo DiCaprio before Titanic. Most of the movies that I spoke about are super intense. Actually, all movies, even Romeo and Juliet, is intense, especially the end and stuff like that. So yeah, these 5 movies are super intense and I highly recommend them. With these 5 movies, I think Leonardo is showing a lot of shades of being an artist. There are a lot of things that he's done, and there is a lot that he gets on screen. So he plays it very convincingly, and that's what I like about him as an actor. So let me know your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.